Purchasing property can be one of life's most exciting yet stressful decisions. It's the job of this next career to help you through the entire process. Let's visit a real estate agent. Hi.
Hi.
Brian.
Alexandra, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So come on, I'll show you what it takes to be a realtor.
Great.
I'm a realtor here in Kelowna. I own Lake Okanagan Realty. The real estate agent is the person that basically oversees the entire sales transaction of a property, where everybody reports to the realtor. The lawyers, you have to oversee the home inspections. You are the point person between the buyer and seller to make sure this transaction comes together. Typical day in the life of the real estate agent is hard because there's not really a typical day. Every day is different. You wake up, normally I will have 3 or 4 set meetings during the day, and then there's a lot of fill work you have to do. So you're taking clients out to look at houses, and then if they find a house they like, then you have to go back to the office, write an offer, then you have to go present the offer, you have to come back. If you have an accepted offer, then you have to research the property, you have to go to City Hall, pull permits, make sure the house is built properly, make sure there's no levies. You're all over the place. You're not going to be working 9 to 5. Some days I'm in the office at 6 in the morning. Other days I can be working until 1 or 2 in the morning. There's no set schedule. You work weekends, you definitely work holidays, because when the normal public is off, that's when they have free time to go look at properties. I would say on average, I work 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. I work every single weekend.
You always want to paint a broad stroke. You don't want to show too much of the negative or show too much of the positive. You want to focus on both at the same time.
You want to point out all the highlights and the features that it has. Like this one, of course, the highlight is it's lakefront. You got a boat slip, pool, hot tub. You don't want to focus on the little negative things, but you do want to make sure your clients get an accurate picture. My career path went to Pepperdine University in Malibu. I majored in marketing and PR. Moved to Whistler, and I was just struggling to figure out what I was going to do. And somebody came up to me and said, you know what, you would make a really good realtor. So I started doing research on what it would take to be a realtor, and I signed up, took the course, finished it, and never looked back. To become a real estate agent, you have to take the real estate trading services course, and that is offered in BC through UBC. And you sign up online, and you have a year to complete the course, and you have 20 assignments, and it's open book, and you finish each assignment, and you have to submit your answers. If you pass, then you have to turn around and sign up to take the provincial exam. And if you pass that exam, then you have to go to a real estate firm and have them be willing to hire you. So you go back to the real estate council with your letter from a managing broker saying that, yes, I will hire her, and then they will issue you your license. You have to renew your license every 2 years, and you're required to take continuing education courses. So once you finish your exam, you're licensed, you're a realtor. That doesn't mean you're a realtor forever. That means you're a realtor for 2 years. To be a realtor, you have to work for a brokerage. You cannot just get your real estate license and start selling properties. You have to legally work for a brokerage, and you cannot do deals on the side. And to be able to own a brokerage, you don't need any educational, but to be a managing broker of the brokerage, you have to have had your license for 3 years, and then you have to take a whole nother course through UBCO and get licensed as a managing broker. Relationship building is quite critical because your clients have to trust you. You are handling their life investments, and they have to believe that you are going to be ethical and that you're going to put them in the right property for them. Nowadays, you have to be computer proficient because everything is online. So you've got to have a website. You've got to know how to enter your listings online, how to use Matrix, Publisher, Photoshop. Those kind of programs are very helpful. If you have a contracting builder background, that's actually a huge asset. Usually it's the people with communications and marketing or a construction background that tend to do the best. I've seen people go into city planners from being a realtor. I've seen a lot of people go into being developers. So they do real estate, selling it for a couple years, learn the ins and outs, and then move on to developing. Misconceptions about the career would be, first, of course, that it's easy money and you just sign up and start making millions of dollars. I think people don't realize that you actually have to pay the company that you work for. Some of the most rewarding aspects of the job is when you see somebody walk into the house and their face lights up and you know that this is their house.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. And once again, I'm Brian for Career Trek, reminding you that this career could be yours. I'll see you next time.